Hi, everyone. I'm Karishma from Indus Australia.
Hi, Karishma. I'm the only everyone.
Oh, okay. Hi. Nice meeting you, Mohan.
Thank you, Karishma. Wonderful meeting you too.
Massive congratulations on your first Marvel series,
Thank you. Thank you.
Miss
Thank
Marvel.
you. Thank you. Thank
So
you.
it's one of a kind. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, this is one of a kind, and it's just, I think it's expanded the universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's expanded it just that much more. And in a very beautiful way, in a very warm and loving way, and in a very different way, creatively, it's very different. The social fabric of storytelling that has been lent to Miss Marvel, with the whole Pakistani immigrant family living in New Jersey. It's just, I believe it's knocked it out of the ballpark. Now, and the world has got to see it and agree with me, and I'm sure they will, because this is different.
That's beautiful. And can you tell us how was it? You've mainly acted in Bollywood. Speaking how you're saying it's different. How did this role come to you?
So my manager during COVID was in LA, and COVID protocols were just about lifting back in India. And she sent me a script, and she's saying, I want you to test for this. So I said, dude, this is Marvel. I don't do Marvel, man. I don't want to get rejected by Marvel. So let's not do it. She said, don't be stupid now, just do it. So I said, okay. And because I read the lines, the cues were to be given by a girl. That was a scene with Iman, with Kamala Khan. So I called a female friend of mine, and I said that, please help me. And I've never auditioned or used her to do this, and she doesn't know anything about this line, this industry. So we read it a couple of times, and she was disastrous. So I said, no, let me act out now her part, and you read my part. And then she saw me the way I kind of punctuated it and all, because I said that I would think that this girl, because the nature of the scene, I said that this is how she would do it. So she read it, and my friend read it magically, and we did the take, and we said, I think we got it. And we sent it, and my manager loved it. And then from there on, she forwarded, and rest is history.
Wow, and here you are.
Here I am.
So before the series, were you a Marvel fan?
I was a Marvel fan, but I'll be very honest. I've been hearing these words thrown around: Marvel nerd, Marvel geek, Marvel somebody who lives on it. No, so I'm not into that. I mean, I never grew up on comics. I think just a few comics that I did read was Tarzan, but I devoured Archie's. Yeah. And and then I was just into sport and things like that. So I'm a Marvel fan as an audience. I'm a huge Marvel fan as an audience. But my tub of popcorn, my cold drink, Marvel, and I'm gobsmacked. That's Marvel and Mohan Kapoor. Yeah,
lovely.
So now to be in that universe was something else.
Amazing. And who is your favorite Marvel character?
Iron Man. How could it not be? How could it not be? I mean, okay, so here's a flight of fancy, okay? How about they reprise the role of Iron Man with me playing Iron Man?
Ooh, I love that.
It's the Marvel universe. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. I love it. So how was it being Kamala's dad?
It was beautiful. And again, I'll come back to the point that, it's the script. The script gave us all the emotion, all the foundation to be the characters. What I brought to the table was the fact that I thought Iman was fabulous. She was born to play Kamala Khan. And as is evident, I mean, what you've seen, I mean, this is a first-time performing girl, but it's just that she lives and breathes the MCU. So it just came to her like a song. Actually, and so imagine for someone like me, I played my part as a father, but she played the part of Kamala Khan, which she knows. It's in her DNA. It's not in her script. It's in her DNA. So the magic just happened.
Beautiful. And what do you think the series symbolizes for South Asians?
First and foremost, representation. First and secondly, it says you are telling our story in the way it's supposed to be told. Because there are stories that are told, and then there are saying that, but we don't do that. Okay, that you're showing it, but that's so cliched, or that's so, why are you showing only that one side of it? This is not one-sided. It's not cliched. Nor is it glorifying the community and saying, oh, look at us, we're so great. No, it's just one family and one girl who finds her hero moment, and
Yeah.
that's what it is. So the diversity and the richness of this community, the Muslim community, that is canvassed so beautifully and so non emphatically.
Yeah.
You'll see Eid, you'll see a typical South Asian wedding ceremony, the
Mm.
pomp, the fair, the color, everything about it, and you will flow along with it, like water, and it'll just take you in. You like in our side of the world, we play with colored powder, rangoli,
Totally.
the holy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
mixes with the water and it just becomes one. That's what this story
Beautiful.
has done. It's just so beautifully assimilated all the little touch points of what this beautiful community is all
Mm.
about. And that's just layered. It's just spread across. So it's not that, oh, there is this action sequence or we're trying very hard to throw in Urdu words or something. No,
Yeah.
those are things like garnishing. That's garnishing.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. It's like, it's so natural. It's so beautiful. It's not like, trying so hard that we have a certain festival or something. It's
Yeah.
just, this is how it is, which makes the audience relate to it that much more. So that's really beautifully said. So what are you most excited about the series?
The concept of it for the first time. I mean, here's the thing. Marvel Studios, the biggest production house in the world.
Yeah.
Look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who would have ever thought they'd come out with a Pakistani immigrant family in America and a little girl becoming a superhero?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm wanting the world to see that if Marvel can do it and do it the way they have done it, with the conviction and with the love that they've done it, why aren't other people now starting to think about that? And I'm sure they will. They will.
And how was your experience with Marvel? How was this different to shooting, say, a film in India or one of your projects in India?
Well, so the craft is the same. English
Mhm.
is my first language, but I'm
Mhm.
equally adept at speaking ad lib, improvise in Hindi as well as in English.
Hmm.
Okay, Hindi, Urdu, English. I'm equally adept. I don't need a script if I don't get one, and I can
Yeah.
improvise on things like that, and I can contribute to the script if required. So how's it different? The craft is the same, but the
Hmm.
scale, the storytelling, the story writing, the nuances, uh, the they know that they've got something here. And now from here, when they build, like Marvel builds on stories, when they take the story forward, it's incredible. So you can imagine if this is what they've started off with, what it's going to
Mhm.
be. So the difference is just in terms of the scale
Okay.
and the commitment. And it's also about, there's a very global appeal to when Hollywood writes. Not necessarily
Mhm.
that every Hollywood film is appreciated by every segment of society across the world, but
Yeah.
it does cross over. It has a valid reason to cross over for an economically viable audience.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, not a lot of our Hindi films do that. It just does it for the Indian audience living in different parts of the world. But Hollywood and Marvel, everybody, it's a calendar event.
Unbelievable.
It's a calendar event. Marvel's coming out with something.
Yeah, 100%. And what do you think the biggest challenge was for you while shooting?
Controlling my nerves, the fact that I'm in Hollywood, I'm in Marvel. Honestly, there was no other challenge. No other challenge.
Love that. And what do you think is next for you? Say after doing a massive Marvel series, what's
Well,
next for
I'm
you?
hoping that the stuff that I'm in talks with, and we're discussing script and we're discussing a whole bunch of other things. I hope, if they ever hear this, please don't feel bad. But come on, nobody can be as big as Marvel. Okay, come on, let's be
Let's
honest.
be real.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
be real. So I just hope that those things, so yeah, to be a bit focused, I hope they help me expand the equity that I bring from Marvel, and the
Okay.
fact that I can now canvas more facets of a South Asian actor in South Asian stories. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I get
In
non-South
Hollywood.
Asian characters, that's fine. But you know, it's about representation. So I wouldn't feel bad that if they only cast me as a South Asian, that's all right. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
but let's do something different. Now let's show, if Marvel could do Miss Marvel and show the world what they can do with it,
Yeah.
they should, the others should do too, and do something different.
And do you think that's really changing? Like, having, like you said, a South Asian being a lead character in Miss Marvel. Do you think that's really changing in Hollywood? And how do you think that's changing, say, for the coming generation who wants to get into acting?
So first and foremost, as Yusuf Khan would say, always believe in your dreams.
Yeah.
Don't give up. The fact that Marvel, the biggest production house in the world, has taken this on, and with the conviction that Marvel does its things, should be like a flag to everybody saying that, hey, if Marvel's done it, they've obviously looked at the business angle of it. They've looked at the numbers, the target audience, all those things, and they've embarked on it. So you don't have to necessarily think Miss Marvel and Marvel Studios on that scale. But I mean, given all the logistics and all the numbers involved, you can make stories. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm sure they would, because the leader has shown them the way. Now, when a leader shows the way, people are going to say, hey, we can do it too.
Exciting.
The juggernaut has broken through the ice. So now the smaller ships can come in because he's
100%
carved the path.
That's beautiful. That's super exciting, I think, for the younger generation and the South Asian community. Yeah. Very, very, very exciting. Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mohan.
Thank you, Karishma. Thank you so much. Wonderful talking to you. Thank you for the time.
Thank you for your time. And Australians, Miss Marvel will air weekly on Disney Plus on beginning June 8th on 2022. Be sure to watch it.
Yeah, please.
Thank you so much.